Standard, Bill Kristol, and senior spokesman for the 2008 Obama campaign and former DNC National Press Secretary Hari Sevugan. Thank you both very much. Bill, President Obama just challenged anyone who believes in the original intent of the Constitution to come up with a plausible rationale to not even hold a hearing, to consider his nominee. Can you come up with one plausible rationale?
Well, maybe they should have a hearing, maybe not. It's up to the Senate. They have the absolute power to choose to advise and consent in any way they wish, which might include not proceeding on the nomination. Elections have consequences. I don't think voters elected a Republican Senate to check President Obama. I think they're well within their rights to say we're just not going to let President Obama make such a crucial appointment to the Supreme Court in his last year in office. The Supreme Court functions. You don't need to have the justice there. It functions fine with 8 justices. If there's a 4-4 decision, the decision in the lower court is upheld. So there's no need to confirm anyone right now.
Hari?
Well, I'd like to see what would have happened if the Supreme Court only had 8 justices in 2000 when they helped elect President Bush to be president.
It would have upheld the lower court. It would have upheld the lower court decision. It would have upheld the lower court decision.
It would have been unprecedented. Let's dispel a couple other things. It's not unprecedented for a president to act in his 4th year in office. And in fact, this idea that in fact, there have been 24 nominations by presidents of the United States in the course of our history in their last 10 months in office of Supreme Court to fill Supreme Court vacancies. And the American people elected this president to a 4-year term. This notion that we need to have a new election for a new president for the American people to weigh in is utterly false. They have weighed in twice. They've chosen Barack Obama to make those nominations.
I totally agree. Let me just make this clear. President Obama has every right, and he should nominate someone, and he should put pressure on the Senate, and he should make his case to the American public, and maybe he'll cause Republican senators to break. And incidentally, I don't think it's a political matter. I mean, it will be a challenge to the Republican senators to explain what they're doing, to explain why they don't want the Constitution to be interpreted in a way that an Obama appointee would do. So I have no problem with President Obama obviously making a nomination, and he has every right to go to the public and make his case.
But Bill, not all Republicans are against the president's right to move ahead with a nomination. Okay, Tom Tillis is one of them. Let me play.
No one is against the right to make the nomination. What the Republican senators are saying is they're not inclined to confirm someone President Obama nominates.
Well, they're also in some cases, of course, saying they don't even want to have a hearing if they don't like who he puts forward, which is a little bit of a strange argument. Okay, if we like it, we'll have a hearing, but if we don't, we won't, right? I mean, it's either on principle or it isn't. But let me just play Senator Tom Tillis again for you, Bill.
I think we fall into the trap if we just simply say sight unseen. We fall into the trap of being an obstructionist.
Obstructionist said from a Republican, Bill.
Well, he can say that. He was elected in part to obstruct President Obama from moving the Constitution and constitutional law further in the direction which President Obama sincerely believes it should move in, which is 2 appointees so far, Justice Sotomayor and Justice Kagan, have moved in, and whom any Obama appointee is 99.9% likely to move the Constitution in. So, I mean, one can be cute and say, well, I'm going to withhold judgment, but I think what Mitch McConnell said was basically correct, that if you are a Republican senator who believes in the view of the Constitution you probably campaigned on, and the Republicans won the Senate in 2014, they are not going to be inclined to confirm President Obama's nominee.
And Hari, isn't it true the Democrats would do the exact same thing as Chuck Schumer indicated years ago when the shoe was on the other foot? They would just hold up any Republican nominee?
Sam Alito got a hearing and was confirmed. But here's the point. I think I agree with Bill. It is cute to say that you shouldn't do this sight unseen. It's just a fig leaf on obstructionism. If they have already made up their mind that they're not going to vote for him, that's their prerogative. But that's something that I think that they'll have to pay a political price for. I look forward to Senator Johnson or Senator Kirk explaining to voters why they voted to obstruct, and their governing strategy isn't about small governance. It is about no governance.
All right. Well, thank you both very much. A debate to be continued. And out front next, conspiracy theorists out in full force following the death of Justice Scalia. What are they claiming? Well, we've got a report. And Hillary Clinton